Yeah, welcome everyone. It is me once again, Joshua here once again, and the same for these updates. For only for USL Steam updates. Related to expansions that they end up going on. And the read is that they found out there's multiple updates that they in the same right now. And it's surprised that they keep it for last. At the end as a no. And the found out update is already. You had to be Yeah, but all we have a new soccer team coming up in 2027, and it has been announced already this year. Out of Reno, Nevada. Here it is. Reno, they end up just get up to the mid level in USL coming up in 2027. They announced 3 days ago. Building the stadium within his corners right here. They end up seeing one now. Yeah, so when they copy up the coordinates, if I get into it, I don't think it can. So here it is. Here's the site we've been looking at, and what now? I think it's now occupied by neighborhood homes. So I'm looking at. So which is yeah, it's right next to Sparks Convention Center. So a little bit obvious. Yeah, look at I've So to go to Reno right now, which they got to find Reno Sparks Convention Center, located within downtown Reno. Hold on, yeah, no, that's the Automotive Museum. Hold on, it took me a while to find that other to come back and see to the come. Found it right here. It's right on this site, which is now right now occupied by a Dollar Tree, Spell Halloween, grocery outlets on one side, and then it got this it got like 4 trucks, car car dealership right here, cow ranch stores, motor sheep, a restaurant, fitness connection, actually furniture home store, human bean, sportsman warehouse, and parts of subs. This whole entire lot right here, right on Kinsey Lane, Mona Lane right here, Parkland Lane, and there's Martin Luther King Jr. Highway there, which is found on Interstate 580. So it's right not far from the convention center. This is the site that FPD might plan to propose to build the uh, Reno Pro Soccer Stadium right onto this site, which means this could be a mass closures of all the shopping plaza on this side of the road. And some sort, and they might replace the parking lots in this area around here too. It's really smart because it's right next towards the convention center right here, and also as I think this might demolish for golf market all the way up to Washboard City Coin Laundry in U.S. Bank branch there in Reno. Also, I think you get rid of the Golden Gate Petroleum station here too. There's a for now parking lots. So there's a lot of mass closures around this shopping plaza that make room for the soccer stadium there too in the future. So yeah, it's not surprised that they saw this coming. Because Reno used to have a soccer team until they kind of disabled it and got rid of it ever since. And now they just want to bring it back, which not surprised for Reno that they end up looking at it already. So they get to the next one, they get it there in quite a few seconds. Yeah, Yeah, and I guess see once again didn't mention there are three teams for USL League One. There are two. You got Fort Lauderdale United FC. This is announced only early this year. It'll play at Beyond Boncar Fields and NSU, which is the training facility for the Miami Dolphins in the NFL, not for sure. It's also home for the USL League One soccer team there too. So I'll just show you right now. Yes, here's the soccer field right on the training facility for the Miami Dolphins, which is right next to it. As you know, this stadium is local best see here in Fort Lauderdale. There's already. Fort Lauderdale, they have successful soccer for into Miami at the Chase Field, but before it says here in the move to the Miami Freedom Park project, but they end up not became a Freedom Park there. I think that is now the name. I believe it's kind of a proposed name so for right now. So not surprised. Yeah, it's gonna end up it is Fort Lauderdale is losing one team, and but plays with our USL newer team for their own city. So yeah, it needs their own fans that can finally have a second chance at soccer, which is good for them. And yes, this is not the only Miami team at the end that found out already. It is. It's the end of it already announced already. They'll tell you later for the next one. Yeah, you thought they'd have done yet for the Florida? And it's not saying, well, wrong, I found it right now. Florida will get another team there, known as Port St. Lucie SC. So, yeah. Yeah, well, the end of see what the heck is Port St. Lucie SC? Well, yes. Well, it's a new team, but I found out for sure. Play at Waldington One Stadium in Port St. Lucie, Florida. So, yeah. Yeah, so in the end of show you right now, this steam in Port St. Lucie, if I'm getting into that. But hold on a minute. Yeah, sorry if it took a while, but here it is. It's kind of known as Clover Park for minor league baseball, but they're planning to build a stadium within this area in Port St. Lucie. I believe it's the steam. If not, it's the steam right down there. But they end up looking at it's known as Port St. Lucie County Regional Stadium. They name it, I believe. It's Port St. Lucie County South County Regional Sports Complex. So I think that's something that might be looks like they're playing at. I think this way it is, which is not far from Clover Park, a minor league baseball area. So I think that's second what they're looking at for sure. And they end up, which is kind of not surprising, shocking for sure, for Port St. Lucie FC that they end up for USL League One. They're the team within Port St. Lucie, Florida. And so that means another team from Florida is entering USL. Not surprised? Well, I'm gonna be surprised. How do you get see by now? Since all the teams into Florida right now, it's just man, is Florida trying to turn to like a Spain? Because it feels like the Florida became the Spain in the United States. Right now, all the soccer teams are surrounded by it. But holy crap! Yeah, it's of some sort. And now to get to the second to last location of USL, and to tell you right now, it is the biggest one yet. Yeah, here's the biggest one you have yet. It only announced all the way from earlier this year. The grand return in the New York Cosmos is back in USL. And now they're playing USL League One for the Cosmos. They're in the Susur. Playing Hedgecliff Stadium. There. Hedgecliff Stadium. It is a. It used to be home for Negro League baseball back then. If you do not know what the hell was Negro League baseball, Negro League is technically is Major League Baseball for only for black people during the time of segregation. So yeah. Yeah, this team went abandoned for many years until it's finally got revived. Yeah, revived recently by what the Knicks the fans of some sort to really want this team back. Brought back baseball of some sort. And now because of that they revived once again another team known as the New York Cosmos, which is one of the best teams out of all time. But so back then, yes, in the New York Cosmos is the only team back then that got 5 titles back in the 20th century before soccer failed in the U.S. until Major League Soccer hops in the late 90s. And yeah, this is a team back in the 70s and 80s, and I think that was, if not the 60s. But they end up they try to get soccer here footing. And New York Cosmos is to the end of the largest title holder in the most legendary famous teams all American soccer back then. This is how they helped soccer got so popular in the first place. Yeah. Hedgecliff Stadium, did they end up play there? Located in Peterson, New Jersey here, and compared to looking at my notes says, dude, this team is way old and it does not look like very good as a by a football team at this point. It looks better for soccer. I would say you got that little bit of point there already. And I can say athletics is gonna be weirder. So the Anna Hedgecliff. I do have the stands for that. It even has the built-in museum right down there. Yeah, but soon. Yeah, here's the thing right now. This stadium is hosted for the Reborn Cosmos coming up next year. So the end of 4. So yeah, now you can see, but I only got 2 MLS teams. You get NYCFC and then Red Bulls, and now they got the 2 USL teams. You got Brooklyn FC and Cosmos. So yeah. So it makes sense. You see them when they got to 4 soccer teams all in around the city. Jeez. Think about that. I'm watching Spectrum News 1 Sports side and then against the soccer parts in next year, and it's like 4 teams, and I would say, yeah, I figured it could be a lot of talks for a while for that, so it makes sense. And now to get into the one it's so far about to get its own team, but the end of it is yet to be announced for sure. That they return there for a short while. Yeah, there's all. Yeah, you can see that this is the biggest one for last here. Here it is. Yeah, it's not yet been announced yet, but I think it will be coming soon enough after it's been uploaded. Really, it already been announced. Here it is. Nobody has said we see an MSX Pro for the Gateway team for Cleveland, and then finally get the next pro team. Well, I found out USL seems to push up even further than that. Here, this USL is already announced already. They're planning to build a soccer stadium within Cleveland, Ohio. So, anyway, no, and even get a USL Cleveland-based soccer team within right near downtown Cleveland. So, which that is huge. Because all the way, last time they in the USL have an Ohio team, which is FC Cincinnati, they move on to MLS. And now because the MLS has FC Cincinnati, and then on top of the crew, Ohio has never had a USL team until then. So here it is right now. There's already renders in the end of the stadium, but they look like already. Seeing the picture of Bob there is one of the renderings. To the end of for USL Cleveland. And I found out. Yeah, so. And here's the thing right now is they're planning to build a stadium right on the site of the Wallstein Center. Here I found out recently. Yes, you say that right. On the same site as the Wallstein Center. Right here. I thought it's gonna be like right over the church or otherwise, but no, they found out from Channel 3 News. They said that this is gonna build a soccer team on the same site as the Wallstein Center. At the end of right there on Prospect and Carnegie in the East 18th and the East 21st here, which is extremely close to the I-75 bypass, I believe that is. No, it's I-90 bypass, my bad. So yeah. So it's gonna be very close towards, yes, it's located right close to Ohio Meets job site and even Ohio First Class Credit Union. You got Zuma George Family Shelter and even J.J. Lee Enterprises. Even it's also very close towards Invention Landings in even Prospect Yards area. So yeah, this is a site that they're plan to build it in a new USL Cleveland soccer team, and the end had already been announced. Yeah, and the renderings are so nice at the end. Can't see one now. So the question is though, where's going to be the new arena for the Cleveland State Vikings basketball team in the future? That's been yet to be announced for Cleveland State. I think they were planning to build a new arena somewhere around there. I think they might plan to demolish this Cleveland Browns stadium and replace with the Cleveland State Vikings arena, or they're gonna share with Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse with the Cavaliers for a short time until they can finally have a chance to announce the new arena and the plan for them. So yeah, and I'm still the end away for conference sure. And yeah, this is the site for USL Cleveland State here, the new stadium there too. I'd not be surprised. They need my share with the Cleveland Browns with the new NSL Stadium thing right next to Cleveland Hopkins. If I get to the site right now, here it is. Here's the site for the new Cleveland Browns Stadium right here. So I'd not be surprised if the USL Cleveland might end up like the Seattle Montreal of USL teams, and they might end up share will end up in order to take over the old Wallstein Center in Cleveland, but also they might play some matches at the new Heritage Bank Field Stadium there in Brook Park coming up in 2029-23 season to try to improve their team's progress better, because I found a new Cleveland Browns team that they do fit very well for soccer in the E-way for sure. Well, that's it for the Steve updates. Like and subscribe, ring the bell, and do not miss anything. And see you in the next video. And Joshua K. Human, and I finally am out of here. And for otherwise, the last thing to say is so say is bye for now.